people just need to understand different terms. There are role players and there are footballers.
Double H. Double H. Double H. Double H. Double H. Double H.
I think it's time for me to address this. I've been ridiculed, I've been insulted, I've been mocked both online and on my UFF videos. So obviously, in the UFF studio, I did a little. Well, it wasn't about this, but it's delved back into my view on Cristiano, and I said that Cristiano and Messi are not in the same category. The rivalry is a myth, and Eden Hazard is a better football player than Cristiano. That's what I said, and I still stand by it. But I think before I get into that, let me always start with blessings, always start with good things. So, Cristiano's achievements within the club game are amazing. They're exemplary, and it's going to be pretty much impossible for anybody to equal what he has done club-wise for Man United, for Real Madrid, and what he's going to do for Juventus, because it's Juventus who rule the Serie A. I will argue, he is perhaps the greatest goal scorer that the game has ever seen. As far as also his goal scoring prowess, perhaps one of the best goal scorers that we've ever seen. He had one of the best seasons for United. I believe that was the season in which they won the Champions League. One of the best seasons that I've ever seen from a player within the Premier League. And his hard work, his dedication, and the fact that for such a long period of time he has still remained relevant and is still playing at a high level as a goal scorer, for me, I give him full-on credits. Now, people need to understand the distinction between a great footballer and a great role player. Let me give you an example. Godin and Van Dijk. Van Dijk is a better football player than Godin. Godin is a better defender than Van Dijk. So do you get what I'm saying? I would say Modric is a better, let's just say peak Modric. Peak Modric is a better central midfielder than Verratti. Marco Verratti is a better football player than Modric. Cristiano, as just a pure goal-scoring striker, as a goal scorer, is a better goal scorer than Luis the Cannibal Suarez. No, sorry. Than Luis the Cannibal Suarez. Luis the Cannibal Suarez is a better football player than Cristiano. Cristiano is a better goal scorer than Lewandowski. Lewandowski is a better football player than Cristiano. Need people to understand is this. Saying Cristiano is a great goal scorer isn't insulting him. It isn't demeaning him. It is something to be proud of, being known as one of the greatest goal scorers the game has ever seen. It is something to be proud of, being known as an amazing defender. Okay, Nesta was an amazing defender. How good of a footballer was he? I'm not too sure. Philipp Lahm was an amazing defender and a very good football player. So he was a very good football player and an amazing defender. Philipp Lahm. That's why, again, I'll probably put it on another video, my arguments as to why I believe Lahm is the greatest defender of all time. But that's for another video. Let's just focus on this right now. So, when I discuss about... So let's just talk about... And I think I reiterated this before, but let me just double down so people can know about this. Messi and Cristiano. It's a myth. It's a myth because this rivalry that they have somewhat created has been based on their achievements. So achievements-wise, Stats-wise, goals-wise, okay, cool. You can see that they're comparable. Champions Leagues here, goals scored here, trophies won here, boom. But for me, growing up, I'm not here about achievements and stats and numbers. I'm like, footballing prowess. How good of you? How good are you as a football player? A guy like Juan Roman Riquelme, how many trophies did he win? For me, he's one of the greatest players I've ever seen in my life. Riquelme is one of the greatest, smartest, most intelligent players I've ever seen in my entire life. So I don't care about how many trophies he won. That guy redefined what it's meant to be a central midfielder. Because as I was me, growing up as a young one, being central midfielder being my position, I looked at Riquelme as like, my gosh, man, this guy is coming with a whole new way of playing the position. So I don't care about what trophies he won. I'm like, my gosh, this is a guy I have to model my game on. So if this is purely about footballing ability and the ability as a football player, you cannot put Cristiano in the same category as Messi. Because I give Messi a lot of crap. Give him a lot of crap. I look at a highlights reel of Messi. I think maybe when all is said and done and the guy retires, when Messi really goes on and be Messi, he's an alien. Messi at his peak is an alien. It's like, this guy is not human. The same can be said for Cristiano at his peak, when he was at United and anything, was not coming close to what Messi is doing. Like, when you see what Messi has been doing, you sit back and say, we are witnessing an alien here. How is it that 4 grown men are falling over each other and cannot tackle a single guy? That's alien. That is not of this world. So Messi at his peak, when he's playing at his very best, this guy is not a human being. He's not a regular human being. This guy is an alien. Let's not deal with Hazard and Cristiano. What does it mean to be a great football player, an amazing football player? And this is the simplest example that I like to use, playing in the park. Playing in let's just say you're just playing in the park. So let's just say you saw Cristiano playing in the park, and I saw Hazard playing in the park, and we just had, let's say, a 40-minute game. So the guy who, for 40 minutes, he may pop up here and there, a little touch here and there, a little step over side thing over there, and then he then pops up with the winning goal. And pops up with like 2 or 3 goals. I'll be like, oh, yeah, man, no, that guy's a damn good goal scorer. But the guy, for the best part of 40 minutes, when every single time this guy touches the ball, he's breaking the line. He is very hard to tackle. It's very hard to win the ball off of him. And he is constantly affecting the game in an attacking sense every time he touches the ball. Every time he has the ball, there is a grace to him, a balance to him. There's an understanding of him. And he is causing constant issue throughout the best part of this 40 minutes. That's Eden Hazard. And for me, one of the best performances I've seen of a player on the losing side was Hazard at the World Cup against France. Because France won that game. And you could argue that Varane was one of the best players on that pitch. What Hazard did in that game, I don't know whether people have forgotten what Hazard did in that game. That's where I switched on Hazard. I was like, okay, that's it. I've switched on him. Like what Hazard was doing in that game from a losing position and how he was trying to carry that team off his own back as an individual. I was like, okay, no. This guy's different. Because this guy gets it. He's got the talent, the ability, but he gets what it means to be that player on that higher level. You know, he gets what it means to be that player on a higher level. So with Cristiano, I have to judge him on like, what does this guy do for the best part of 90 minutes? Does this guy excite me? Do I go, wow? Not really. Now, he may sometimes pop up with an amazing goal here and there. But most of his goals are tap-ins or finishing off counterattacks, which shows his great goal scoring. As I've always said, I think that Ibrahimovic is overrated, but I think when Ibrahimovic retires, I don't believe anybody will have a better repertoire of goals than he has. Ibrahimovic has scored the best and most varied repertoire of goals that the game has ever seen. So he will go down as the goal scorer with the most varied goals, whatever you want to call it. That's what he would have. But again, his volume is not like Cristiano's volume. So people just need to understand different terms. There are role players and there are footballers. Those are two different things. When you're talking about somebody as a footballer, it's their ability on the ball, their control of the ball, what they do with the ball, their balance on the ball, their footballing IQ and their brains on the ball. You cannot come and tell me Cristiano is a better footballer than Hazard. You can say he's a better goal scorer, 100%. But you can't say he's a better footballer than Hazard, because when you just look at what they're doing on the ball and what they're doing for the best part of 90 minutes, Hazard is that dude. Because you're looking at Hazard around Chelsea, where he's easily the best player. Every single time he touches the ball, he's the only guy that is really doing things on the ball. He's the main guy that is doing things on the ball. So, and the very definition of saying a guy is amazing, is a great football player, is their ability on the ball. But then beyond that, then there are different role players. So being an amazing role player does not make you an amazing football player. There's a distinction. Again, I'll repeat myself. In and of itself, in a vacuum, Godin is not an amazing football player. Yeah, he's not an amazing football player. He's an amazing defender. And those specific skills pertaining to that role of being defender makes him an amazing defender. Cristiano, his specific skills pertaining to a goal scorer, he excels at. He's amazing at. One of the best I've ever seen. As far as a goal scorer is best I've ever seen. As a footballer, how you affect the game for the best part of 90 minutes, what you do every time you have the ball, what you're doing with the ball, how you're affecting the game with the ball, your understanding, your footballing IQ and your brain when you have the ball. That is a difference as a footballer. And you cannot tell me that every time Cristiano has the ball, he has the same grace, the same balance, the same skill, the same technique that someone like Eden Hazard has. That someone like Verratti has. Like, I've said this many times. And it doesn't matter whether he's playing at PSG, he struggles with Italy. Marco Verratti is an outstanding football player. He's an outstanding football player, and 100% Marco Verratti is a considerably better football player than Cristiano. Because football, an amazing football player is your ability on the ball. Because when people say, oh no, having your off the ball runs shows how good you are at football. No. That speaks to a role. Same as like having, doing an amazing tackle or someone that makes you an amazing football player. No. That makes you an amazing defender. Look at that amazing pass you hand, and that guy is good at having amazing through balls or amazing set pieces. No, that makes you an amazing creator, playmaker. Football, ball to foot, is your ability with the ball at your feet. Sometimes amazing football players do not make great role players and may not be effective in their team. Again, Charisma is an outstanding football player. But we never really saw him realize his talents in a full team because, again, coaches, himself, we never knew that. So, because again, the funny thing is that when I say this stuff, like for me, like when I say, like, see, I still affirm that Hazard is better than Cristiano. But I should have really used Verratti. Because Verratti, ability-wise, is outstanding. He's an outstanding football player. What this guy does when he has the ball is amazing. It's absolutely amazing what he does. And for me, he is considerably a better football player than Cristiano. Considerably a better football player than Cristiano. So, and when I say that, I'm not doing this for views or for shock value. I'm using the eye test. I don't need stats. I don't need, stats, the assists and everything. This isn't American sports. How I grew up watching football, how I grew up appreciating football was the eye test. I can look at a game and say, no, that's an amazing football player. Yeah, he's crap. He could possibly be good. Oh, he's really outstanding. I don't need stats or numbers. We used the eye test growing up. We used the eye test growing up. That's what we did. So again, I know people will puts thumbs downs and call me a fool. I'm sure a lot of Cristiano of his fans will come here and everything. But again, try. I know it's hard. I know you probably won't, but try to be objective. But just be real to yourselves. He's an amazing goal scorer. One of the best that we've possibly ever seen. Why is that so bad to be an amazing goal scorer, but he's a decent football player. He's decent. I can't call him an amazing football player. I can't call him an amazing footballer. Hazard is an extremely good footballer. Verratti is an outstanding football player. Messi is an alien. So, those are levels. Marcelo is a freaking standing football player. Again, that's another one. Marcelo is easily, it's not even up for it, but he's easily a better football player than Cristiano. Easily. That's not even a dispute. It's not even an argument. Marcelo is freaking outstanding football player. Like, what the guy does on a pitch in every single game, I'm like, my God in heaven. This guy's talent is wow. And that's the thing. That's the thing. Almost every time I see Verratti play, I go, wow. My God, this guy is amazing. Every single time I see Messi play, I'm like, Jesus Christ in heaven. Imagine trying to get the ball off this dude. You know, because again, maybe we're coming from different angles because I keep going to the Messi Cristiano thing because put achievements aside, let's talk football. Let's just talk football. It's like, so you see someone like Cristiano, does he make you go wow in the same way that Messi goes wow? Like, isn't it something freakish that whenever a guy has the ball, it takes 2-3 guys to try to stop him? Where this guy is, because again, I'm not trying to be rude. I'm not trying to be insulting or anything. But I would say most guys who have played football know how difficult football is. And I'll come to another point. You know how difficult football is. What Messi does is extremely hard to do. Hence why he's an alien. Because when you've played football and you understand how difficult football is, seeing what Messi does is like, my God. How can you just weave through 3, 4, 5 guys like that? That's my. How can you see a pass like that? That's you shouldn't be able to do that. But people say that. And now I see this is an argument that I love, so it's good that I remember it. Goals win games. Goals are the most difficult aspects of football. Let me deal with that. Goals win games, of course, and goals are at the end of the day the most important factor. But you scoring the winning goal doesn't make you the best player on the pitch. Hence why I've always fought back against whenever people award the man of the match to a dude. So a guy that's scored a tap-in, for instance, just say whoever, let me use a name like a Lallana or Mane, they scored a tap-in. But another player was, for 90 minutes, he was dribbling, he was tackling, he was playmaking, he was making right passes. His passes always moved forward. He was affecting the game, he was intercepting. But he doesn't get man of the match, but the guy who put the ball in the net gets the man of the match, and all of the plaudits because, hey, goals are the most important factor. No, I mean, a team is important to how you win a game, because without that team, without that foundation and structure, you don't score that goal. Okay, great goal scorer then, face a team by yourself. Okay, if you're the great goal scorer and we don't really matter, okay, go. You by yourself face that team of 11. Hey, no, you don't need us. So look, as no, we're not going to defend. We're not going to keep the ball. We're not going to like put pressure on it. So we're not going to try and control the game. No, you by yourself as a goal scorer, go and win the game by yourself. What? Look, hey, goals win games. Who cares about defenders or midfielders? No, goals win games. You by yourself beat that team of 11 by yourself. You see how that doesn't work? Another thing about like how goals are the most difficult thing to do in football. Goals are very difficult. Hence why the reason why we love football so much is because it's not like other sports where you just see so many points coming in, because it's very hard to score. So it is very difficult to score a goal. It is not the most difficult thing to do in football. It isn't. The most difficult position to play in football is the central midfielder or the central defender, because again, without the team working, that striker can't score, because that defender and the midfielder gives the team a basis for them to score. How many times has a guy literally run the length of the pitch and scored a goal? How many times have you seen that goal been scored? Very rare. Most of the times that a guy has, most goals that strikers score or attackers score, like a Cristiano Ronaldo or somewhat, has come maybe from an interception, the team keeping to the ball, and a player playing a critical ball that then led to the assist that led to the goal. So it is a team effort of everybody playing their role. The defender, the DM, the central midfielder, the winger, the number 10. Everybody plays a role to help that goal scorer score their goal. And again, people may disagree with me. I always said the two toughest positions in football is the central midfielder and the central defender. Those are the two most demanding, difficult positions to play. They're very difficult. The striker is still hard. The winger is still hard. The right back, left back is still hard. But again, if you've played football, the central midfielder and the central defender, it's hard. It ain't easy. So guys, people will hate me for this. People will disagree with me for this. But I felt that I wanted to give an explanation, because I don't want to be known as a guy doing this because people say, okay, or you're clout chasing, you just want to be controversial, you just want to be different and everything. I've been looking at football, studying for football since I was 6, 7. I've owned every single football management game. I was playing for football in my bare feet in Nigeria when I was young. I am obsessed with this game of football, and I feel reason why I started this channel is that I'm trying to give people the knowledge and my view of what I believe football is and what I think football should be and how I feel it should be understood. Again, people will agree with me and people will insult me, and that's fine. Trust me, I've got very tough skin. Hence, you have the Cristiano fanboys hurling racist abuse, saying racist things to me, and I'm like, look, it is what I've got very tough skin. I've got very, very tough skin. Don't worry. I told you, I'm in Nigeria, look, and as Nigerians, man, it takes too much to bring us down, man. I mean, we're not pussies, man. Nigerians are not pussies. Nigerians are the toughest people in the world. So it's going to take more than a few racist insults to try and bring your boy down. But again, it's my viewpoint. And I believe my viewpoint is a fact. Because there's no point in me giving my opinion, because what's the point in me giving my opinion? That's not fun. No, this is my fact, and I'm ready to debate. It's my fact. I believe it's the truth, and I'm ready to debate and give you, as I've shown, statistical, analytical breakdowns of what it is. But the key thing I want you to leave with is distinction. Great footballers, great role players. Those are two very different things. All because you're a great role player doesn't make you a great footballer. All because you're a great footballer doesn't make you a great role player in your role. Because you could be a superb, talented winger, but my God, you don't know how to cross the ball. You don't know how to make the right runs. You don't know how to put the ball near the keeper. You could be an amazingly talented footballing striker. You don't make the right runs. You can't finish. You don't see your shooting technique is really off in critical moments. You don't know how to navigate one-on-one situations. Again, there's great footballers, great role players, different distinctions. Let's have a talk about it. Thanks for watching the video. Now think about becoming a Football Hut patron by pledging an amount each month and then gain access to exclusive content only on the Football Hut patron page. Peace. Head over to the official site at halffootballhut.com or just click over here.